Welcome to the Catalyst for Growth podcast, a place where we talk about everything under the sun regarding the journey of the professional salesperson. Welcome the host of the C4G Sales Success podcast, John Kailunas II. Take it away, big guy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Catalyst for Growth podcast. This is a short week. This is Thanksgiving week. It's my favorite holiday of the year. It's a little different being down in Florida where I live. Thanksgiving is a little different than that traditional Midwest Thanksgiving, but we're in Vegas cutting another podcast. Very excited to be here. Just a phenomenal place with David Christie again. David, a longtime friend, and this can be a short episode. We know that a lot of sales professionals are taking time off to be with their family, and that's the number one and most important thing you can do. As sales professionals, we spend a lot of time away from home. We're on the road a lot. We work long hours, especially, the first 5 to 10 years in your profession, you're underpaid. And then after that, you're overpaid. The problem is that a lot of our kids are young when we're starting our careers. So cherish this time you have together. So this is going to be a short episode, and we're going to talk about gratitude. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. Number one, the country we live in, the people you surround yourself with, your family, your business, your customers. So, David, I want to sort of get your thoughts about gratitude and why should we be grateful this week? We talked about Thanksgiving. We're one of the only countries that has a holiday based on gratitude, right? And we know it goes back to our founding fathers and all of that, but it's really to be thankful for what God provides us, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, the attitude of gratitude. I've noticed
You've been working on that rhyme?
People just came right off the cuff.
Oh, that's good.
That was fresh.
It's quick.
That was fresh. Maintaining an attitude of gratitude. I notice the people in my life who have the most amount of peace. And I often find that the people who seem to be the most peaceful are also the ones who find a way to always stay in the present. We live in such a world where we can get caught up on everything that happened yesterday, or even have anxiety over what's going to happen tomorrow. But the only time that we can ever make a difference in our lives for ourselves right now, is the present. And I was talking to a financial professional who shared with me how she's now on the second doubling of her business since starting to work with a professional coach. And this coach got her to buy this little journal called the 5-Minute Journal. John, she writes in this journal every single day. And the very first thing, this very first part of this kind of 2-page exercise every day is writing down 3 things that she's grateful for. And what she shared with me is very often, once she gets to writing 3 things, she actually continues to write
Snowballs,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things. There's so many things to be grateful for. But this is the thing that she shared with me that really rocked my world. She said, David, every morning when I have the opportunity to write in that journal, it is impossible for me to think about the things that have gone wrong in the past. And it's equally as impossible for me to agonize over the things that haven't happened yet that I think might go wrong. When I'm in a spirit of gratitude, I have to stay in the present. And the present is where I can make a difference. So as I think about this week, I think about Thanksgiving, about us taking this really what becomes a full week of spending time with friends and with family, and where we spend one day where we really explicitly give thanks and sometimes help those around us. I wonder what it would look like if all of us could take that piece of Thanksgiving that we're experiencing this week and apply it the other 51 weeks out of the year in an effort to achieve this peace that I find with people who've developed a practice of gratitude.
Yeah, I think quite often we're bombarded by society, right? Social media, news media, all negative things, really. Majority of them are negative. And if you are practicing gratitude, like you said, like this lady does in her practice, I do it. I take a little booklet. I don't have my backpack here, but I have a booklet, little moleskin book that I write quotes and I write paragraphs, thoughts, prayers, whatever touches me at the moment. And I carry it around with me when I'm having a bad day or I'm stuck at an airport or, missed my flight or, something didn't go right in my life. I just arbitrarily open it up and start reading it. And they're always something that made me feel stronger, better, or something about myself. But I start my day with 3 points of gratitude. And I've started doing that with my affiliation with Kevin Burwell, and my son and you have all sort of told me to, and my wife, Deborah, to sit back and, be thankful for what you've accomplished. I'm always looking at what I need to do next, what position, what strategy I have to employ, what campaign. That's the way I think. That's sort of the nature of who I am. But taking it down and slowing down is a great way. It's a healthy, number one, for you. Mm-hmm. And number two, it's a great way to just calm your soul. And it gives you better focus so that you can go back to the task at hand. So, you've often talked to me about meditation and breathing techniques and all of that stuff. I think gratitude is that first step in that journey. And I notice the people that practice gratitude, I want to be around because they're much more positive than those who do not. So, when we have a week like this, which is short, be thankful for your family. Let them know. I mean, Bill Best talks to me about this one thing of gratitude he does. His daughters live in 3 different places. He's got one that lives in Chicago. He lives close to her in Chicago. He's got one in Toronto and one in Australia. He'll slip in a note to those daughters when they come travel to his house that they find it upon when they arrive back to their home. And it's a note that how much he cares about them and how much he thinks about them and how much, that he's a girl dad and that, he loves them and cares about them. And I always thought that that's such a powerful thing, right? Bill does it when they travel. But if we look for moments like that, I just wrote a note to a mentor of mine who's in this industry. He runs a large IMO. He changed my life. And I no longer do business with that IMO. But that individual is one of the highest calibers of individual I've ever met. And I took 20 minutes and just wrote him a handwritten note and thank you. And I try to write 3 handwritten notes to somebody or to different people throughout the course of the week. This is a great week to do that. Take a moment to say you care. Take a moment to say you love somebody, and take a moment to say you appreciate them.
Yeah, you never know the impact of what a well-placed thank you can make in somebody's life.
It's funny. Is Kevin Burwell's had all the success in life, right? And if you look at Kevin and he's doing a coaching session with you, and you look past his picture of his big mug, you see there's a map, and on the map, all the way around the edges are thank you notes. He saves all of them, and they all mean something to him.
Yeah.
And if we just took that, what a better place. And if we take that, like you said, the other 51 weeks, mm-hmm. It's a much better place to live. And the more you can touch people in that style, and the more that they can see your authenticity, the more you're going to have loyalty, and you'll have respect in your life, which will help you get through tough times.
If you want to find unique ways to connect with the people you love the most and who've made a huge difference, find a way to express gratitude to them and see what comes out of that, because you both will be lifted up.
Yeah, I've done it to you several times by writing a note in a book, mm-hmm. The things that I'm thankful for you. Mm-hmm. I think that's important. I think that builds a depth in a relationship, because all relationships are going to go through tough times. They're going to go through ebbs and tides, right? Mm-hmm. Peaks and valleys. Mm-hmm. And knowing that someone cares and taking time out of your day, because the time is the most impressive, most positive, or the most, what is the word I'm looking for? Time is your most valuable commodity, right? It's worth more than your money. It's worth more than anything. If you're taking a minute of 5 minutes to write why you're grateful for somebody in your life, that's a powerful message.
Absolutely. And what a great time to do it.
Thanksgiving, it's the best time. So you're going to have a big spread at the Christie household?
Absolutely.
I take it where the Kailunas family isn't invited. I take that.
You can come over for leftovers.
I'll take that. Right. Why don't you just make a plate and ship it to me?
I'll ship the Tupperware.
From California to Florida. I'm sure it'll be good. Shipping it that far in the mail. But again, catalystforgrowth.org. We want to thank you we're thankful for you listening every week on Wednesdays. We're thankful for you supporting us. And we hope that we're giving back every single week. The goal of this podcast and the goal of this whole entire enterprise is that you get better one day at a time. It could be the width of a hair, a grain of sand, but you're getting better each and every day, personally and professionally, because that over time, a grain of sand builds a beach, right? So we're very perseverant here at a lot of grit here at Catalyst for Growth. But this is a week of gratitude. We thank you for everything you've done for us, and we hope that we're giving back to you. God bless.
Hey, thank you for your time today. We will have another content-packed session posted next week. Please check our website, catalystforgrowth.org, for our legal disclosures on the bottom of our homepage, if you're into that sort of thing.